We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 254. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is the current reigning and defending Scholars of Wrestling champion, Scholar Tarek. What's going on tonight, sir?
I'm very distracted right now.
Who are you distracted by? By Mr. Scholar in the Bank, Scholar Brian, with the beefcase in hand.
I would speak, but I'm too busy listening to the awesome sounds of the beefcase.
What music is playing in the beefcase?
I think you know.
Do I? Do we?
Yes, for all of you who are joining us on Spotify and the podcast world, he, much like a certain Bork laser, is currently jamming out to his beefcase as is a beatbox type implement. Yes, the sweet dulcet tones of melodies are exclusive only to Brian's mind and not here in the Scholars of Wrestling Lounge. And yes, the beatboxing will continue until he chooses to cash that in, which could very well be this week, this Friday, as the title will be on the line at Super Showdown in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Only on the line for the two of us. He's just there to collect points for Scholar of the Year.
Is that certain?
Unless
I don't know. Is it certain, Brian?
Sure?
Are you sure?
We'll see.
Are any of us sure?
Unless you just enjoy
There's only one way to find out.
You're just going to pull a Brock Lesnar and you're just walking out. It's like, wait, I got a year to cash this? Hey, Scholar Tarek, screw you. Just walk off.
Hey, Friday? Who knows?
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
At Super Arabian Night.
Anything can happen when Scholar Brian holds the beefcase.
More like Beefcase Brian over here. Anyway, we got Super Showdown. We've got another Saudi Arabia show. So let's get into predicting already, and let's see what's going to happen.
That didn't last long after you said that. As soon as you stopped talking about it, he's like, yeah, I'm going to put this down.
It's time to get serious. It's prediction time.
It's Super Serial. It's time for predictions. This time...
Super Serial, huh?
Yeah, Super Serial.
It's Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's Lucky Charms. It's also the 2019 Super Showdown show, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Here we go. Starting with what I assume is just a recent ad, according to the Wikipedia listing. The Usos going up against the Revival. Gentlemen, who do you got?
Because it's a recent ad and because the Revival is hated by the WWE, Usos.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Usos this one as well, just because it doesn't seem like there's too much into it. It's just another solid tag team match from two really, really good tag teams. If there was more of a feud that was being held under more scrutiny, I'd say the Revival. But right now, I'm gonna follow my gut. I'm gonna follow with the Usos for this one.
You can make that a 3 for 3. I'm gonna go with the Usos. They're gonna get their win back after losing this being the one that took the pin at the 6-man tag match this past week on Raw. So. Nothing more else to say, but Usos.
Next up, we've got the thrilling and not one-sided match at all of Lars Sullivan versus the entirety of the Lucha House Party. For this one, I don't think it's a stretch to say that Lars is probably going to destroy everyone in the ring.
Lars.
Everybody!
Lars won't eat. Lars spoke too much on SmackDown. Now Lars needs to eat, and Lars will eat. Lars wins.
Oh, boy. All right, so this is quite the division already. But maybe we'll get something here with this next upcoming match. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Who do you got?
I'm going with Braun Strowman. I got nothing else to add to that. It's Braun Strowman.
Braun!
Man, I feel like this is going to be a short episode this week. Just
Because really, who gives a shit?
You know what? I give a shit. Because
now you give a shit.
There's gold on the line, damn right. Besides, maybe there could be some surprises here. No. Maybe there will be.
It's a house show. No.
Well, as far as this match goes, yeah, I think Braun Strowman is a safe bet to win. But looking elsewhere, I think there's going to be some surprises. Maybe not with this next one. We've got Finn Balor, Intercontinental Champion, Demon Finn Balor, going up against Andrade.
You're right. There's no surprise here. It's Demon Finn. Demon Finn always wins. Demon Finn wins. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to second that. Unless...
Third. I can't. If it wasn't for Demon Finn, yeah, this would probably be more of an even match. But no, it's Demon Finn Balor. And as Brian said, Demon Finn does not lose.
Regular Finn fought Brock Lesnar. If Demon Finn faced Brock Lesnar, Demon Finn would have won. But
you have to save your Demon Finn for Andrade.
Exactly.
El Idolo. But now, talking about going on to some other best-in-the-world talent here, we've got Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon.
No. It's Roman Reigns versus best in the world, Shane McMahon.
I thought
he's the best in the
world.
world.
Best in the world.
Best in the world. Shane McMahon.
Okay, and everyone listening on YouTube just pretty much thought their browser crashed. But yeah. So what you got?
I'm going for Roman Reigns because it's Roman Reigns, Infinity Mario Star.
He's not gonna be the best in the world for very long because
Spear.
And not 49-year-old man Spear.
Ooh-wah.
Big dog Spear.
Big
Ooh-wah Spear.
Big dog ooh-wah Spear. Oh boy.
Man, this is usually
This has got to be a prediction show in record time at this rate.
Because we're putting as much effort into this as the WWE put into the build.
Hell, even with others, there's been other shows that WWE's but lack of build. We actually find something really to talk about it.
Not here.
Not in this show. It's not. We said it's nothing more than a glorified house show.
When we say that other shows are glorified house shows, this is worse than that.
Hell, even Greatest Royal Rumble, we had more of a conversation.
Well, in all defense, I think there's an interesting conversation to be had coming up later on this card. Unfortunately, I do not think this next one is it's Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Really? Do we need to say
Seth
anything?
Rollins because can you see Baron Corbin as Universal Champion?
No, sir, I don't like it.
Exactly. So boom, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I don't think Baron is... I don't know. Here's a scholar's quick talk for you. In your opinion, do you think Baron Corbin is progressing at the rate that WWE seems to want from him right now?
No.
He's not progressing at all. He's been in the same position he's been in since the whole, what is it?
Since
commissioner?
Since even before that. Okay, he was never big as the commissioner ever since they fucked him over with Jinder. Okay, he's been in that spot. Okay, there was upside to him when he won Money in the Bank. Okay, a little bit, but it was there. Okay.
But now,
as soon as they did that to him with Jinder, okay, you can't come back from something like that. You can try. They've certainly tried. But
even the fact that he became the head of a faction between him, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, you still never took him serious at all. He never risen the ranks. They tried to. Oh, he beat Finn Balor. Yet it was at a point where Finn Balor was losing a lot. He beat Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman lost a lot of momentum already. He beat. They had him beat Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle wasn't really winning anything before he started doing his retirement run. So, yeah, it's like, oh, he beat all these people, but you aren't pushing these people to a point where these wins actually mean anything. And it's just, we all know it was just so they could be fodder to the Shield with their final go. So, yeah, no, there was no progression with Baron Corbin at all.
This is the definition of a filler feud. This is that after WrestleMania lull, where it's like, we're gonna pick somebody and boom, for a couple months until the real feud is coming. And I don't think the real feud is what people think it's gonna be, because
I don't think they know what the real feud is gonna be.
I don't think, as much as everyone expects it, okay, I don't think Brock Lesnar cashes in on Seth Rollins.
Interesting.
I'm kind of leading,
and I almost don't. And I'm pretty sure that I don't expect him to cash in at this show. They said you need to cash in on Friday. They never said which Friday.
No, he said Friday.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
He said Friday. He never said which Friday.
Yeah.
He didn't say I'm gonna cash in this Friday. He said, I'm going to cash in Friday. That's it.
Well, while we're talking about what Brock is going to do.
And it's Brock Lesnar, so he can change his mind whenever the hell he wants, because he's Brock Lesnar. That's it.
While we're talking on Brock and what he may or may not do, let's bring that full circle with all the titles up for grabs. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship.
I wanted to be invested in this because I like both guys a lot.
Then it was Video Package City.
It was Video Package City. It's like them trying to cram like a month's worth of like feud building in just 2 weeks. So, and we all know that this was just nothing more than filler because Daniel Bryan refused to go to Saudi Arabia. So
so did Kevin Owens. And
Sami Zayn. So it's like, hey, we need somebody. Hey, Dolph, what are you doing? Nothing. Okay, you want to be in the WWE Championship feud? Okay.
You're gonna lose. Hope you know that.
You're gonna lose.
Fine. So what else is new?
That's fine.
But you're getting a lot of money.
Yeah, really. This to me, I don't know what you think. But this whole thing just reeks to me of, you know what? It's not as bad as it could have been. Just because now that Dolph is back in, he's been away for a long enough period of time and the delivery is impassioned enough that, okay, now I'm somewhat interested. Now it does make some degree of sense. It's at least to the point where it's not as nearly as bad as it could have been.
And I will say this, okay? I don't think Brock Lesnar is cashing in at Super Showdown, but if he does, I think they're going to throw us a curveball and he's going to cash in on Kofi.
I really do hope, because if for no other reason, I think Kofi versus Brock is going to be the much more interesting feud in the long run.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nothing more to say there?
I don't really have anything to say there.
No? Well, okay.
It'll be an interesting twist because, like, oh, we're all expecting him to cash in on Seth.
Okay.
Nope. Here's the twist.
All right. Well, here's my mini scholar's quick talk to you. Which feud would capture your interest more personally? Seth versus Brock or Kofi versus Brock?
And you have to pick one.
I was just about to say neither, really.
And you know what? That's a fair. To me, that's a fair thing to say. If you're just totally burned down on all things Brock, no matter what he does.
Yeah,
that is a fair answer to me. Okay,
I kind of am. I'm just now reached that point where I'm sick of seeing Brock Lesnar.
But my scholar's quick talk. If you had a gun to your head and had to pick one.
Probably just, I guess, Kofi, because it's the one we haven't had. We've had years of Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. So I guess just to see something different and just take the predictability away. Kofi.
Okay, that's fair. That's pretty much
and I've seen enough of Seth versus Brock.
Yeah.
Seth versus Brock has been going on throughout the years, if you think about it.
It really has. And not for nothing, Kofi is still in the prime of it. He's still riding that wave of popularity. People still love him. I'm still interested in him. So I'm willing to see more. Especially since now that Kofi is more interesting than he's ever been. Brock with the briefcase, with the beatbox briefcase, is a lot more interesting now than he's been in a long time. I think there's still something that they can do with both these guys. This is a feud I hope we get next. That being said, however, speaking of keeping things unpredictable, now here's where I think this prediction is going to be won and lost.
Well, because there's no way that we're going to have the same answer on it.
Exactly.
If somebody does have the same answer on this one, I don't know, man.
We are talking about the 50-man battle royal. 50 men, supposedly the biggest one WWE has ever held. Anyone can supposedly win this thing. Gentlemen.
Whose turn is it?
I have no idea. We were just throwing them out there. Gentlemen, who do you got for the 50-man battle royal?
It's actually funny because this is the one match that I didn't have
Well, because neither does the WWE. They haven't announced all the participants yet. You don't know who's actually in the thing.
I guess I'm just gonna throw one wild prediction, just because we're thinking like he's not gonna have any match, and if they want to make this a big deal, I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar. He's just gonna insert himself in this because he apparently can do that now. He can just insert himself into a match. And I just see him instead of just having, since all the other big names have matches, I don't see them being put in this. So if you want to make a big impact on it, just have Brock Lesnar be the one to win it.
Brian, who do you got?
I'm going to go the opposite route and give it to someone who needs it after the last couple months where he's been beaten down by the best in the world.
I know.
Shane McMahon.
I figured that's who you were going with.
It's just Shane?
No. No.
The man who's been beaten by best in the world, Shane McMahon.
I'm just saying you turned him. It was hot at first. The crowd was into it, and then you had him lose twice to Shane McMahon. So I'm like, if you want to get that heat back and all that, I think the big thing here is to have him win the Battle Royal. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But I'm throwing a name out there because it's a 50-man Battle Royal. We don't know who the hell's in the thing. He's one of the confirmed names, so why the hell not? That's it.
You didn't say who. Say who! Say the name!
The Miz.
Thank you.
All right.
God, it's like, everyone knows who you're talking about, but it's like, dude, just put down the name. That's the prediction.
All right. Now, I've been giving this a lot of thought. And I've been thinking about, okay, how could this possibly be used? What's good can come from this? And I've been thinking about what they've been hyping up this match is for the Saudi Arabian audience in Jeddah.
They've been hyping this?
They've been using a specific phrase. It was something akin to like equal to or superior to WrestleMania.
I have an idea who you're picking, but go continue.
I'm curious to know where you think I'm going with this.
Bray Wyatt?
No.
Okay.
I do not think that this is what they're going to do with him.
Thank God. I was going to say.
No.
I really hope they don't debut him in the ring in Saudi Arabia.
That is the biggest mistake.
No.
I'm very glad you're not going that way.
Instead, because they're going for the WrestleMania route with things, and they want to give big moments to the Saudi Arabian live audience in attendance there. I'm thinking that they're going to go with someone who's just a monumentally huge name. Maybe someone who is a bit of an older name, someone who can't bump as well as they used to.
Hulk Hogan!
And there it is. If Hogan is going to come back for any more matches, it's going to be where all he needs to do is just throw punches and toss people over the top rope, and 2, where they're going to pay him a ton of money to get in the ring and just flex the pythons, brother. So I am again. What
are you going to feel if you lose because of Hulk Hogan?
I am going to unironically put down Hulk Hogan.
I've already made peace with the fact that I may lose the belt.
So. How it's going to be like me losing because of James Ellsworth.
You know what?
It's Hulk Hogan. It's not. You can't. I don't care how old he is. You can never put James Ellsworth in the same.
Guess who did? Guess who did?
And that's,
brother.
Oh, dear God.
Brother.
The same guy who didn't pay attention to his predictions and could have cashed in on me at Money in the Bank. That's who's made that prediction.
I'll tell you what. And
Screw you. I do what I want when I want.
I'll tell you what. I'll even go one further. The reason they're not going to get someone like The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin is I think Stone Cold is going to say, I don't want to go to Saudi Arabia, son. And The Rock is just going to be like, I'm filming a Hollywood movie about next blockbuster, blah, 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 if you smell what I'm cooking. Hogan is Hogan, and he will just go for the biggest paycheck he possibly can. I think he's more likely to do that, and I think he's a big name that I think a lot of the wrestling fans over there will recognize, and it'll go over very, very well. Better than probably in the States at this point. So, a long shot? Maybe. But I think it's still a strong possibility.
It is a strong possibility. And, again, Vince McMahon does not respect the roster he has. And many people have said this. This is quite possibly one of the best rosters WWE has had in a long time. And if you say if your prediction comes true, hey, guess what? The roster means jack shit how old is he now? He's in his late 50s. He has to be. A man in his
I'd even say 60s.
A man in his late 50s, early 60s beats the rest of your roster. That is how much Vince McMahon appreciates the roster he has. And it's just, once again, I can't take it anymore. Like, it is such a shame that the state that the WWE, main roster-wise, is just reaching that point where it is just so unbearable to watch. That, like at this point last year, we were talking about the brand split. Yes, it's like we were thinking, Raw's not that great. SmackDown is so much fun to watch. Now, even because of this wild card, which I've emphasized so many times how much I hate the wild card.
This week was particularly bad.
SmackDown is just back to what it used to be and just the Raw repeat show.
Yeah, this week was particularly bad in that aspect.
Mm.
Like the last few weeks, I've been able to. I've been able to
tolerate
watch it. I've been able to tolerate it, but this week was.
It is
because they were contradicting shit with the same characters and storylines that they were doing the night before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this happened on Monday, but we're back here doing the same shit differently on Tuesday. So it's like watching the same thing twice in 2 nights. So we're watching the same show. This week was particularly bad in that aspect.
Mm. But elsewhere, we do have some things that I believe we could actually make a difference on. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
In the build, that is, who has balls and who doesn't. That's it.
It's like it's the battle of the husbands. It's like, oh, look, does your wife have your balls in her purse? Oh yes, I have big balls. Hey, wait a minute, you're married too. Wait, Yeah. Where are your balls? balls.
They
balls,
did one
balls.
promo to build this match. One! And it was about
Their balls.
their balls.
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 That makes me really interested.
To be fair,
Who's the ballsiest?
To be fair, they've had years of storyline to really go in this one, but it's real just from that promo alone. They can just tell it's like we're just gonna have a match just for the sake of having a match. It's like it's two bros having a match against each other. Make the best man win.
And because of that, I don't think that the finish is gonna hurt anybody, but I do expect Triple H to go over.
Yeah, honestly, I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to have to join you on that. I think Triple H, I think more of the people are going to be cheering for him. And plus, he's the boss. He can do what he wants. In a match that really isn't going to really hurt anybody, but it's an excuse for Triple H to spit water and look cool, I guess.
I'm going to be the difference one. I'm actually going to go with Randy Orton.
Here we go.
Okay, we got something.
out of nowhere. But, yeah, I'm just thinking it's like, have the guy who's actually wrestling give it. No, nobody may actually get anything out of this, but you know what? Triple H is not, I don't see Triple H having any problems taking the fall for Randy Orton. So.
I've got that. I got that. But now we've got what I believe is going to be the main event. We've got...
Oh, it's definitely going to be the main event.
Undertaker versus Goldberg. I think I know what you've got, fool.
Yes, I just am now looking at this again as Vince McMahon looking at this as WWE versus WCW again. And, of course, he's going to go for the WWE guy. I'm going to go with Undertaker. Just because I love the dead man.
How long is this contract that Goldberg under? Like how many?
I'll put it this way: I think Undertaker has more Saudi Arabia appearances in the future than Goldberg. This may be Goldberg's one and only appearance.
I see that, and I think I'm going to have to agree with you that Undertaker is probably in for way more appearances, and I think he's going to continue his reign, his mythos, legend, whatever he got. He's going to continue that into Saudi Arabia for massive, massive dollary dues. Brian?
This one was actually the hardest, other than the Battle Royal, that I don't know anybody who's in it to pick. Out of the matches I know who's in it, this was the hardest to pick because this one's a 50-50 crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel.
You want a coin?
No. Because for me, it's if this is Goldberg's only Saudi Arabia appearance, do you really fly him in, give him all this money, and then have him lose in a 3 to 4 minute match?
I don't think he gives a shit.
It's true.
Like I said,
and then you said, okay, the Undertaker's got more Saudi Arabia appearances in him. He's a WWE guy. Vince does the WWE versus WCW thing, so that actually put it over the top for me. And yeah, I'm gonna go Undertaker on this one. I was leaning towards Goldberg, but then it was. But then you were like, there's more money for Saudi Arabia in The Undertaker than there is for Goldberg. They probably know The Undertaker better than Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
So it would probably make more sense for The Undertaker to come in and win. And with Goldberg coming in for doing one show, you know this match is only going to be like 3 to 5 minutes long. Because that's how far Goldberg can go. That's it.
To be fair, he can put like those 5 minutes.
Those 5 minutes are
very
awesome.
Entertaining.
Those 5 minutes are awesome.
This entire match is just going to be a whole bunch of over-the-top spectacle to send everyone home happy.
And I feel like the Undertaker's going to no-sell one of the finishers, either the spear or the jackhammer.
I see him sitting up after a spear.
He's going to sit up. Goldberg's not gonna be oh shit because that's not Goldberg. But he's gonna run and try to do it again, and Undertaker's just gonna flip him up into the tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel it's gonna go.
I can see that.
Now here's a Scholar's quick talk for the both of you. How many finishing moves are we going to see in this match?
Over under 5.
I was just going to go for a flat 5. 2 from each, 1 to seal the deal from the Undertaker.
Got to agree. I mean, like you're gonna get a spear and a jackhammer. Undertaker's gonna kick out of this jackhammer. Gonna get 2 choke slams, and then when Goldberg
when he kicks out
of the jackhammer, Goldberg's gonna set up. Undertaker's gonna sit up. Goldberg's gonna set up for the spear. He's gonna run right into the tombstone.
I'm not gonna lie. I think he'll probably kick out of 1 tombstone. It'll probably take 2 tombstones to take him down. To keep the icon image alive. The fact that he won't get taken down by 1 tombstone, he has to take more than 1. I guess the best way to put it is like similar to how when Kane and Undertaker had their first WrestleMania match, it took 3 tombstones to keep Kane down. Probably something similar to that effect.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. But now is that time where you have already heard what we think. Now we're turning it over to you, the Scholars of Wrestling
It's going to
community.
be a very interesting title match.
Oh, yes.
Only 2 matches that are different for us.
Hey, almost all of this is going to come down to the Battle Royal and Triple H Randy Orton.
Imagine if I picked Triple H too and all came down to the Battle Royal.
That will be probably the most legitimately exciting Battle Royal.
And then everybody...
That's not a Royal Rumble.
And then everybody ties.
And then everybody ties. And then,
hello.
Oh, shit. It is.
Oh, dear.
You have a very good chance. He has a very good chance on cashing in on one of us.
Oh, boy.
He may get... Okay, we're not going to say this on camera, but he's probably going to do what he's wanted to do to have that one special cash in. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
If I win, and if everything is tied between us and I win, just give me like a 10-second title reign, something like that.
It'll count as a day. But
I don't even know why I'm defending this. I was like, okay, I want to go for the ha-has and the funny numbers, but like, you know what? This is gonna be already. This already made this entire event.
It's adding a title reign.
This entire event is already made way more interesting by this whole debacle, and I love it. I truly do.
It takes just us and our predictions just to make this show interesting. If we didn't have this, who really would have cared of the 3 of us?
Hey, anything can still happen. Lots of possibilities are still on the table, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what actually ends up developing here in the long run. But ultimately, now is the time where we turn it over to you, our listening and viewing audience, wherever you are, all across the internet, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, wherever fine podcasts are listened to. Join us, join the conversation, leave a comment, leave a like, upvote, wherever you are. Show us some love and support. And if you want to join in the conversation on a more interesting level, you can check us out on Twitter, starting with our main account at ScholarsOW for all the latest wrestling and episode uploads. And of course, if you want to join in the conversation on a more personal level, you can join us on our personal accounts. Fool, where can I reach you?
You can reach me right now, the Scholars of Wrestling champion. I don't know about Friday, but as I've already said, I've already made peace on the fact that I may lose the belt. I knew what I was getting into when I put the title on the line. At the Avataric.
And Beat Brock's Brian, where can they reach you?
Beat Brock's?
You can find me hanging out, jamming out with my scholars in the bank beef case.
Beef case, Brian.
atomic beanpole.
And you
Maybe no longer Scholars in the Bank beefcase after this week.
We'll have to see. And if you want to see what ends up happening, follow all of us, including me, at I'm Robbie Rage. All one word. Join us. Join the conversation. See all the drama as it unfolds as we watch together in Jeddah. Because until then, you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled. You're welcome. See you all for the shenanigans in Saudi Arabia.